Hey guys, Swashop here with a video on what abilities to evolve when you're playing as Kha'Zix jungle. For this video, I'm going to outline what each evolution does and what that actually means or how that influences jungle Kha'Zix. Then I'm going to talk about my suggestions, what to evolve, what not to evolve, and why. When you evolve your Q, increases its range ever so slightly, and also your Q will do bonus damage based off of the enemy's missing health. And that missing health damage is enhanced even further if they are isolated. So really what this means is that your bread and butter skill now does more damage. You clear a lot faster as well because percentage health damage is always good for taking down jungle camps. But basically you're better at dueling, you're better at ganking, and you're actually very fast at taking away dragon as well. When you evolve your W, it releases 3 rockets in a cone as opposed to just 1 when it isn't evolved, and it also increases the slow amount from 20% to 30%. It's worth noting that the W will not heal you for more just because you can now hit more targets. You still only get benefit from 1 heal if you're in the blast radius. In my opinion, the increased slow is really insignificant and it doesn't mean anything for evolving your W, but it does mean that it is easier to hit targets and also you have the potential to hit more targets. Evolving your leap, your E will increase its range by 50% from 600 units to 900 units, and also whenever you get a kill or an assist, it will reset your leap's cooldown. And what this means for Kha'Zix is that your team fighting is a lot easier, but I'll talk more about that later on, and also engaging ganks is easier too. And finally, evolving your ultimate will give you an extra charge, so you can use your invisibility and your speed boost 3 times instead of 2 times, and also while you are invisible, you will take 50% less damage. Evolving your ulti will make your team fights more effective because it is easier to duck in and out with that invisibility. Also, it's better for chasing and for escaping because you now have 3 charges, so you have 3 speed boosts. It also makes your dueling better because you have an extra invisibility to wait for your cooldowns. Think of a similar way that people use Zhonya's on AP casters. And finally, the damage reduction is quite useful, although because you are invisible, you can't actually be targeted, so it's really only good versus heavy AoE teams or abilities such as Caitlyn's ultimate. So that's the outline of what the different evolutions do and what they mean, but what do I suggest that you take and what do I personally run when I'm playing jungle Kha'Zix? Your first evolution will always either be your Q or your E. It's kind of down to preference. I personally like to take my Q first because that just means more brute force, more power, more clear speeds. But if you do take your E first, then you can make more plays. For your second evolution, you're going to want to take whatever you didn't take for your first evolution. So if you took your Q at level 6, take your E at level 11 and vice versa. It is absolutely crucial that if you haven't taken your wings first, that you get them second, because this is around the time when grouped fights start happening, and if you don't have your evolved wings for those fights, you're going to be completely handcuffed. The reason for this is because the essence of team fighting on most assassins, and especially on Kha'Zix, is to be ducking in and out constantly. If you just blazingly jump into the middle of everyone and start fighting them like a man, then you're going to get focused down and you're going to die. That's the way it works with assassins. So your evolved wings let you jump in, pick people off, and then jump back out again without getting focused down and without dying. In addition to that, it also allows you to mop up fights quite nicely and snowball out of control. Your last evolution point is kind of up for contention. However, I will say that 9 times out of 10, I'll be evolving my ulti and not my W. I don't like evolving my W because I feel like it's simply not needed. The unevolved form of the ability already slows the enemy down. And it's not like you need to be poking people either like you used to with the old Kha'Zix before the nerfs. Nowadays, it's all about assassinating people, and your W doesn't really do too much to help you with that. You can make the argument that there are perhaps some niche situations where evolving your W might be a good idea, for example if you need some heavy disengage or something like that, but overall I tend to stay away from it. Evolving your ultimate is not bad, but I also feel like it's nothing really special either. Again, it helps you to duck in and out of your fights, but I don't feel as though it really gives you too much compared to what an unevolved ultimate would do. And this is another reason why you could make an argument for evolving your W as well, because it's not really like you're missing out too much by not choosing to evolve your ultimate. So in summary, I evolved my Q followed by my E and then my R, although there are some room for some personal preference if you want to do things differently. If you're interested in the other aspects of how I play Kha'Zix jungle, like my item build and stuff like that, then I'm going to leave this graphic on the screen for you now so you can watch that as I'm closing out this video and learn a bit more about my Kha'Zix. If you did enjoy this video, then feel free as always to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to me if you want to see some other League of Legends content, some more educational stuff. You can visit me on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and also catch me streaming on Twitch. All of those links will be in the description, but thanks very much for watching guys, and I will see you in my next video.